Y'all doing the Shrub Bone, the character Shimon R&B in the Snow, Civil Witcher 291. This time we're doing Arrow Season 7, Episode 5. Right, in this week's episode, with Arrow in Level 2 in prison, he finds out who the demon is. And come to find out it's Talia al Ghul. And the reason Talia al Ghul is in this prison is because she said she had a scuffle with an old foe in Gotham. And if you know the comics, you know she's talking about Batman. So she's in Slapknot or whatever prison is called, and they're figuring out that the psychiatrist in Level 2 is doing illegal experiments on inmates. And the guy who jumped Oliver in the bathroom, he winds up dying because of one of these experiments. And Talia's trying to convince Oliver, help me escape that way, escape with me, that way we can end this therapist and what he's doing. And Oliver says the only way he's going to do this is she helps him take down the therapist, and they take down the therapist by getting put into the blue door room where they do the experiments, and they attack the therapist and get a jump drive and get all the information they need. That way Talia can give it to the Felicity. And Oliver and Talia is about to escape, and Oliver says, I have to stay here or I'm going to be a fugitive for the rest of my life. And Talia promises to give the jump drive to Felicity. Well, while this is all happening in Star City, Felicity's already making a case on this therapist because she talks to the guy that's Oliver's been helping in prison, and he tells her what happened to Oliver. And this makes her, Black Siren, and Black Canary make this case against this therapist, and they make this case. And at the end of the episode, the therapist gets fired, and Black Siren says everything on this jump drive can help Oliver Queen get indicted and get out of prison. So that's what they're going to do in next week's episode. What's happening with Argus, Diggle, and Mr. Terrific, they have to stop this chemical arms deal. That way they can stop this big bomb from going off. And during this op, Mr. Terrific finds out that Argus is doing some shady stuff behind the scenes, and it got something to do with a painting or something like that. And that's all that really happened on this week's episode. My question for y'all is, now that Oliver might be getting out of jail, what's going to happen next? As always, put your man on every side. Not guys, you awesome. Pick up your urge to see you. See y'all next time.